take back control, leave.
Leave.
All right,
the
Sadiq.
EU, vote leave
Boris.
and take control on Thursday.
Sadiq Khan.
Boris, I'm you're listening to. You should listen to. And one of the people you should listen to is the chap Patrick Minford. You may have Patrick said, and I quote, likely, scare us, Boris. Scares them, scares me.
And I'm a mum. Vote leave and take back control. We need to take back control and vote leave.
Gamble our jobs, our wages, our livelihood and our rights.
Take back control and leave.
Don't take the risk.
Total
We have the highest employment that we've ever had in this country, Andrea. How many jobs will go, Boris?
They
How
began
many
by
jobs?
telling us that they were going to have a positive and patriotic case, and they're back to Project Fear within moments of this debate beginning.
Wanting to protect British workers is positive.
Wanting
to protect
Hold on,
British workers is positive.
Lord Rose, as if people on control.
I don't think it's unreasonable. People worried, or most recently as today, the chap who predicted the crash in 2008, Nouriel Roubini. What did he say, Boris? He said it's not unreasonable plan. How will you make sure? Let me see, Boris. Plan. How did we get there?
Free trade.
David,
Once we're free
I
of the European Union value of the trade.
All right, hold it there.
Leave on Thursday.
No.
Rights we fought over rights. This is about. It's about rights. Can they promise us? Can you promise us rights?
That's the question. Gisela.
We have done already.
Miranda, you're so wrong. Every time, lobby rights. And let me say why you're wrong. Priti Patel has said, and that means rights, losing. You should know better.
We will not succeed.
Well, let me deal with this. Let me 2 points. 2 points. Number one. Number two. We're boasting how brilliant our economy is. Boasting last year how brilliant our economy is.
You can see it. We want to. We are told that we cannot cut.
Lie. Sorry, David. One lie after another.
They won't. Single market. In the single market.
So what
we
are
do
you replacing
not
it with?
need that.
Size matters. But size matters. Deals. But you know what? And you know what else? Boris, you should know better. And you know what?
Our city and our country over the
We're
last.
proud of our city. We're proud of our country.
And the growth economies of the world.
Boris,
To the extent, the point where we cannot.
Just one question. One
Ruth,
question.
I'll make one point to you, Ruth.
One question.
We
Boris,
cannot
can you name me a
export
single
haggis.
country?
We cannot export haggis
Come
to
on.
America.
Come on.
All right. Boris, let's leave the haggis. Leave the haggis.
not the Boris show.
Let me
It's not
go
the
to
Boris
Ruth
show.
briefly, very
One
briefly, because we
question,
want
Boris.
to move on.
Look is to vote leave and take back control.
Of course. And you know, David Cameron deserves credit for the deal he negotiated with the EU. What it means.
What did he say?
Thank you. The problem is this, Boris. The problem is this.
Like.
We learned.
To have the impact of free movement, to vote leave and take back control. For me as a mum, about
That can fix it all.
Yes, take back control.
But there isn't.
there is.
We need
Take back control.
All right, so
Boris, and let me show you this. Scaring to this. Turkey is not set to join the EU. Boris lies, scaring people, Boris, and you should be ashamed. Boris, you're better than that.
Take back control.
Let's deal with this big fat lie once and for all. Turkey isn't about to join, Boris Johnson. At this rate, it will take the year 3000 before they reach the criteria.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
To scare people.
More.
We vote leave and take back control for years. And not leave and taking back control is...
To a lot of people, but leaving the EU isn't the answer.
Yes, it is.
Because look, but it's not. How is it? How is it having more control? 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 How is it more control? How is it having more control? How is it having more control?
To take back control and points-based system
double the
that makes
we do.
get the people
Boris, if I could get in just a
that we
second.
need,
Boris,
but do
I
not
find it
depress
a bit
wages.
rich. Boris, promised.
Is you take back control and you can decide.
Oh,
No, but hold on. Let
want
me
a
finish
plan,
that
not
point.
a slogan.
What we
We want a
have
plan.
not done, tens of thousands, even though he knew he couldn't do it. Future, our grandchildren's future. And I think unless we take back control over something as important as that,
we take back control and vote leave on this Thursday.
Over interest, over what we do. And I'll tell you this. You don't think you're any less French because you're a member of the EU. You don't think you're less German because you're a member of the EU. You don't think we're less British because we're in the EU.
So let's take back control.
We make these decisions in the House. We make those decisions. We make those decisions. We make decisions. We make these decisions.
Energy Minister, and now as Energy Minister, all day long, I'm told.
The European Court of Justice is the supreme legal authority in our country, from which, and he knows that because he's a lawyer. And he would not deny that. He would you deny it? He would not deny it. There is the European. Let's get out of this thing, and we'll do better on it. We'll do better striking free trade deals on vote leave, and take back control.
On a lie. They lied about.
Come back and take control. And
That I choose to work with the EU to fight climate change. I choose to work with the EU. 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 Let me tell you what.
To listen. Head, I listen. I listen. The head of, I listen. The head of, I listen. I listen. Listening to.
Which
we will be weakening it.
But stay and fight. Don't quit. Let's stay and persuade our allies to pay the 2%. Why are you a quitter? We're better than that. We can do it.
Sadiq.
That 5 presidents of the president, and let's be clear, presidents, let's be clear.
And you should know better.
Boris Johnson.
We on our side who offer hope. Between those who have been endlessly rubbishing our country and running it down, and those of us who believe in Britain. They say we can't do it. We say we can. They say we have no choice but to bow down to Brussels. We say they are woefully underestimating this country and what it can do. If we vote leave, we can take back control of our borders, of huge sums of money, £10 billion a year net, of our tax-raising powers, of our trade policy, and of our whole law-making system, the democracy that is the foundation of our prosperity. And if we stand up for democracy, we will be speaking up for hundreds of millions of people around Europe who agree with us, but who currently have no voice. And if we vote leave and take back control, I believe that this Thursday can be our country's Independence Day.
All right, please. Thank you.